It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I'll be your host today. If you want to follow the news articles as we review them today, just go over to Facebook, search for Tech for Senior, and follow along with the news articles. And if you want to send us a news article that you've seen this week, send it to techforseniorinfo@gmail.com, and we'll put it on the list and review it. All right, let's get started with the show. That is such great music. I am all pumped. That is, I'm energized. It's great. This is Tech for Senior Live. It is January the 25th. I'm Ron Brown, and I'll be your host for the next hour. And we have today for you an international cast of very wise men. And I'm going to introduce them in a moment. But you're probably wondering who we are. And we are a bunch of seniors who enjoy technology. And this, of course, is our Thursday show. But for those of you who are just maybe signing in, this is your first time here, we actually have a show on Monday called Tech for Senior, which is a Zoom meeting. And we broadcast that Zoom meeting out to YouTube, and it is a in-person meeting. It's lots of fun. We have a lot of fun. This Huey and I started it just about 5 years now. We're coming into our 5th season, right, Huey? Almost episode 200. We're coming up. I think we're 189 or 188. So we're coming up pretty close to episode 200. So if you haven't come and seen our Monday show, I would invite you to come over to it. But remember, it is a Zoom meeting. Now, for those of you who are over there now on our Zoom meeting, hoping to see this show, well, you're not so lucky, because this isn't a Zoom meeting. This is broadcast through StreamYard, and it is broadcast to out to YouTube and to Facebook. Now, if you want to find it, you can just go to www.tech4senior, and I've put a button there. And the button, of course, says "Take me to the show," and it'll take you either to our YouTube feed or to our or to Facebook. And that's how you get over here. So please come and have a look. And certainly, if you we invite those of people over on our Zoom meeting to enjoy Tech for Senior Live as well. Okay, so today we're going to talk about all sorts of really interesting things. But first of all, let me introduce our group today. We have an extra special person I'll introduce. I'll probably wait till the end to introduce Byron. Huey, how you got a busy day today?
You're muted.
I am.
Anyway, yes, I do have a program on AI directly after this, and so I'll probably leave a little bit early so I can get out of StreamYard and open up Zoom and get that meeting ready to start. So uh, it's not the normal time, or it's a normal time, but not the normal day. It's normally the fourth Friday of the month, but I've got a cybersecurity summit to go to tomorrow.
To go to, yeah, great. So I guess I should let everyone know I'm from Comox, British Columbia. I'm on a little island off the west coast of Canada. Huey is in Bradenton, Florida. He's on the other side of the world in a very warm place, I might add, compared to
Yes, it was eight. It was 80 just a few minutes ago, and it still is.
Yeah.
It's that's going to be the high for the day, but we're finally back into the 80s.
That's right. So that's really great. Oh, the other thing I would like everyone to understand is that we can't actually see you on the Monday show. We actually can see you and see who you are and interact with you. But on our current system here, we have no idea who's listening to us. The only way we know is if you put in the chat, and you can put in the chat and say, hey, where you're from and what's happening. If you have any tech questions, please, we encourage you to put it in there. We'll go over some of the comments in a minute, but that's the only way we know who's talking to us. So we'll certainly discuss those comments in a moment. And of course, then from Los Lunas, New Mexico, we have our security specialist, a man of many talents. He certainly is a great guy to have on the show. It's Bob Gustisha. Welcome, Bob. How's things going with you?
Good morning. Still cold. Sorry, this is not Florida.
You got your warm shirt on there.
Yeah, my warm shirt on. This is the coldest room in the house. I'm in the 60s here. That's why I've got this shirt on. Actually, it's got some nice felt lining inside. So we went up, though, 2 degrees since we started.
There you go. All right. And then, of course, from Pine, Arizona, I always think of Arizona as being warm in the winter, but of course, he lives up in the mountains there. Ray, you're looking a little bit warmer than you were last week. You don't have quite as many layers of clothes on. It looks like you're a little bit warmer. Is that true?
I don't know about warmer. It's 50 degrees here,
Right.
Which is not exactly spring, but this is the weather pattern that's not too unusual for this area. We get cold nights, but by the time the morning comes and the sun starts to rise, it warms up nicely. So we're doing fine.
Ray, of course, is our music director on our Monday show and a very popular guy on our show. He always comes up with these toe tapping music, our outro for us, and thank you so much for all you do. You I don't know how you do it every week. You find, I guess there's a lot of musicians around, so I guess we're not going to run out, eh?
That's true. That's for sure. No chance of running out.
And then, of course, our special guest today from Kelowna, British Columbia, of course, is Byron Nate, and he's here today to help us with the show. Now, Byron is a longtime friend of mine. He lives in Kelowna, but he actually isn't in Kelowna. He's actually here at my house visiting. And when he was going to come up to visit me, I said, "You can help us do the show." I've known Byron for many, many, many years. And he was responsible for me going to Arizona and going to Silver Ridge for the 10 years that we were there. He has helped us with their computer club there. And so he's a very techie person. So I thought, let's come on the show and help us with the show today. So he actually is in another room in the house. We thought about maybe having us together here side by side, but I thought that wouldn't work out. So he's actually in the next room. So there you go. Welcome, Byron.
Hello, welcome, you guys.
Very good. We'll look forward to your comments today as we go through. Huey, is there anybody listening to us?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people out there.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Listen to us. Okay, that's good.
Let's take a look and see.
Good morning from Murray. Good morning from Victoria, BC, where it's in the mid 40s, cloudy, but supposed to rain later today. Welcome, Murray. Mike Saunders, good evening from Amersham, UK, where it is overcast, cool at 4:40 p.m. Mike, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much. Wow, that is so cool. from the UK. That's great. Thank you for coming and thank you for listening. Ed Weiss, 53 degrees, cloudy in central New Jersey. Mike Lehman from Moncton, New Brunswick. It's 1 degree, cloudy today. Dick Vogel, 78 degrees Fahrenheit and partly cloudy in Orlando, Florida. Gene Lingenfelter, 50 degrees, overcast here in Northwest Pennsylvania. Jim Tallman, 79 degrees in Venice, Florida. Yes, that's the warm spot. Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 45 degrees and cloudy. Man, I had to go on a drive yesterday down to Nanaimo. Was it raining? It rained so hard. It was crazy. It's so I've lots of rain on the West Coast.
Ron, your electric car works in the rain?
It did. And no leaks. And for sure, I thought I would be swimming sometimes, but no leaks. Gerald, West Seattle, 47 degrees, raining. Jeff, 57 degrees in Long Beach, California, with a light drizzle this morning. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club, Detroit, Michigan, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Jolyn Bowler, well, Jolyn's here, low country of South Carolina, and comfortable 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Jolyn, of course, is a computer techie who has worked tireless for years and years and years with their computer club. I think she does 5 days a week straight, and she's been doing it for so long. She's definitely a very smart person, and somewhere we go to ask questions we don't understand, we always ask Jolyn. Mike Ungerman, yes, Mike Ungerman with his new Kia Niro. Our month of winter appears to be over in Orlando. It's 80 degrees today. Yes, indeed. Mike, did you see that I showed your new car on our Monday show? I don't know if you weren't there on Monday, but I did have a picture of your new car. So hopefully Mike's going to tell us all about it later on. But that's pretty cool. Richard Clarkson, I won't be using Netflix. Some of Amazon Prime Video after the 20. Same with Amazon Prime Video after the 20. We're talking
got a couple of news articles about that. We'll be discussing that.
Yeah, we'll be discussing that. Yeah, for sure. Mike Saunders, I would love to see a session on screencasts on a Chromebook. I guess we can do that. I'm going to have some Chromebook videos coming up this year. Greetings from Alinda Belcher. Greetings from Fort Myers, Florida. Edie Taylor Richards, Prescott, Arizona, 41 degrees. We've had misty days lately. And Sally Ann from Kirkland, lots of rain. Yes, yeah, we're getting tons of rain. Linda says 80 degrees in Fort Myers. Well, that's good. JJ, wow, 36 degrees, finally above freezing in Waukegan, Illinois. Mike Ungerman, Hyundai.
A Kona.
Hyundai Kona car.
Oh, it was a Kona that you bought. Oh, sorry, I thought it was the Kona, and is the Niro a Kona? Am I getting confused? I thought it. Anyway, Mike's new car. Christine Gould, Chris from Geeks on Tour. Hello from Fort Lauderdale. Hi, Chris. Very good. Very good. We're all caught up. Wow, we have got a good group this morning. So the first question. So what I decided this week we would talk about is there two articles, two things happening in the world today that we should be talking about. And let me come down here, see where they are. And so two new articles this week that I wanted to talk. And we're going to go around the table before we get to the news articles. And quickly, I've asked each of the two participants today to comment on these two issues, and I'll give you some background on them. And the first is, of course, DOCSIS 4.0, and I'll talk about this in a minute. And Comcast is they tested it last year, and they're bringing out DOCSIS 4.0. And the question is, what is this, and are you interested in this, and will it affect you? And we'll talk about that in a minute. And then the other one is, of course, next week is when Amazon will be starting ads in on their Amazon Prime, and I wanted to know, everyone, what you're going to do about it. So there's two things that we want to talk about. Now, This is quite significant on DOCSIS 4.0. So what is DOCSIS? This only affects people who have cable modems. If you have any other service, if you have DSL service, then you have a DSL modem. If you like Huey, if you have fiber optics, then you have a fiber optic modem. This only affects people that have cable service and have a cable modem. Now, what happens is that as these information comes through these big pipes that the cable TVs run, it comes to your house, and that language has to be converted to a signal that your computer understands. And that occurs through this software called DOCSIS, DOCSIS, which all the cable companies use, and it is a standard. And this DOCSIS is the software that changes the transmission line sort of information to something your computer uses. And this has been around since the beginning of cable services providing internet. Now, we've talked about this a lot on the show, is that Huey, having fiber optic, he has symmetrical upload and download speeds. He has 1 gigabyte down and 1 gigabyte up. Most people all people who have cable services don't have symmetric. You have download speeds and you have upload speeds, and these are different. And most often, like you might have 100 down and 10 up. And why was that? And that used to be the way it was for many, many years ago, because what happened is that when you sent a request for a web page, it's just a tiny little bit of data, and then the web page downloads all the information to your computer. So the download speed was important, not the upload speed. Then, of course, we got into streaming, live broadcasting, and all the things we do today. And the upload speed now is important. And that's baked into how DOCSIS works. There's an upload, which is a smaller amount, and the download, which is a larger amount. So to sort this out now, it needed a revamping, and besides, the cable companies are trying to squeeze every little bit of data out of this dying system. And so they've brought out DOCSIS 4.0, which was tested last year by Comcast, and in their Infinity routers, they'll be putting DOCSIS 4.0, and they're rolling that out now. So this will, of course, change it and give you much better upload speeds and make the whole thing work faster. So I guess this, of course, now, but the catch here is this isn't software you can download on your existing system. You can't upgrade your modem and just add DOCSIS into it. You have to. You have to get new equipment. All right. So this is where the catch is. So I guess my question now, and this really affects Byron and I, and the reason why I want to talk about this today, Byron and I talked about this till for 2 hours last night, is we're both in a situation where our contracts run out in April, and we have to make some decisions on what we're going to do. So I thought it was a good topic. If you do have cable services and you are on cable TV, then this is something that you would want to think about this coming year, is this is all going to change. So I guess and then, of course, I wanted to ask about also the obviously the issue of the ads on Prime. So Huey, obviously cable doesn't affect you because you're smiling. You have fiber and you have 1 gigabyte up and 1 gigabyte down. You're saying, I don't care. It's great, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're right. So what about what are you going to do with Amazon Prime? Are you going to pay the extra $2 or $3 to get rid of the?
You know what? The ads don't bother me. I don't worry about it. I just let them. I've been watching TV since I was a young kid. When we got our first TV, and there were ads on it then, and there are ads on there now. So
really, okay.
And a lot of what I do is DVR, and sometimes it'll let me DVR through the ad, sometimes it doesn't, but
okay.
So a lot of it I don't have to watch anyway if I don't want to.
Bob, what's your thoughts on this? Is DOCSIS going to affect you, or and how you do this, and what are you going to do about the ads on TV?
I happen to use Comcast. I have a business account with Comcast.
Okay, right.
But it depends on where you're located, Ron. Yes, DOCSIS 4.0 is coming. When and where? I'm still waiting for DOCSIS 3.1 because I'm still on DOCSIS 3.0. Okay.
Ah,
Now, things have gotten better. I now have 60 down and about 20 up,
right.
which is a lot better than 40 down and 6 up. That's what it used to be. But as far as DOCSIS 4.0, for me, that's going to be a dream for a couple more years until they finally get it out to the boonies, which is where I live.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
as far as Amazon goes, I have an annual contract. And when it runs out, I also have for quite some time used Walmart Plus.
Yes. Yes. That was a good one. Yeah.
Amazon anymore because I get just as good service from Walmart in anything that I get. Quite often the price is better at Walmart. And Walmart comes with Paramount Plus.
That's right. That's right. That's a really good point, Bob. And I think that's why I want to talk about this today, because this is a really good option. You got to think about that, right, Bob?
Goodbye, Amazon, when the contract comes up.
All right. Okay. Well, that's it.
The other thing that we'll be talking about, I think, has to do with Miss A.
Yeah.
Well, there's Mr. G. I'm also Mr. G, and Mr. G knows enough. If Miss A wants to start bombarding me with having to pay for something, I'll just go to the other service.
Okay.
So I kiss those devices goodbye.
All right. Well, but I think the Walmart one is a good. Walmart has done a lot this year to make this work really well, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. Ray, what's your feeling? Is this going to affect you, or what's your thoughts on? First, give us DOCSIS, and then give us your thoughts on Prime.
Sure, I do use cable. The cable company up here is Optimum, and they have. So I went into Copilot and asked about when would an Optimum be able to provide the new DOCSIS version, and the answer was they have not announced any plans to upgrade. And even with the Comcast, the first limited deployments are set for 2025 with full scale by 2026. So we're talking about way in the distance. So in answer to your specific question, since it'll be some time for this broadband speed to come to little old Pine, Arizona, this has no effect on my internet package.
Okay, no effects. Now, I will say the reason that this is interesting, and we'll show you the article today, is Comcast on their Xfinity program is rolling it out now, and they've listed 6 or 8 cities where they're actually, as we speak, are installing it. So it is rolling out this year, not in 2025. Now, it may
both in Canada and the U.S.
Well, now we don't know. That's a good question. I don't know about that in Canada yet. We'll Byron. I'll talk about that in a minute with Byron. But it is Comcast in the United States is rolling that out today as we speak to certain cities, and that is in the article that we're
Select
talking about.
cities.
And with large populations.
Yeah,
for sure. Yep. But if our listeners are in these cities and this is going to be an issue and if they're coming up to renewal or whatever, because the catch here is you just can't upgrade your existing equipment. This is going to need some new equipment. So the question is who's going to pay for that? And there will be some sort of like gotcha and how that's all going to work.
I use Comcast's equipment now, so if it's available, they'll just have to swap out that router.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And I don't. I bought my own immediately because usually by eliminating that rental fee, I paid for my router in a year's time.
Well, remember, this is your modem. This is the modem.
I have a modem router
The modem
combination.
router. Okay.
I always have. I've never had them separate.
Okay.
I think that's the better way to go.
Yeah. So then now let me talk about Byron. Byron is in the same position as
You don't want to hear about Amazon from me?
Oh yeah. Oh sorry, Ray. Sorry. Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. The announcement says the ads will be limited in number. So I'm going to test it. I'm going to see what their definition of limited is. And if it's just a few minutes at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie, that's not going to bother me. But if they interrupt the movie right in the middle at an exciting part, I don't like that. I'm always willing to pay if I don't have to watch because time is valuable. So I'm always willing to pay. But I'm paying enough already. So I will look at other alternatives and see what's available. The $2.99 is what they're going to charge. That comes out to 10 cents a day. I can afford 10 cents a day.
So Ray, as always, you have a practical approach.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think that's going to be my approach as well. I think it's a very practical approach, and we'll see where they put those ads and see how many ads they do. Good. Yeah, I think that's a great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Ray. And I know you're not going to do the reveal yet on your new phone that you're going to buy, but we have I've got some articles I posted that it's guesswork on what you're going to get. So
I think you've guessed well.
Oh, really? Is that right? Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right. And of course, we'll come to Byron. Byron, of course, is in the same predicament I'm in. So what are you going to do, Byron?
Yeah, so like we were talking last night, Ron, and it depends on your viewing. You aren't using the TV part of your Shaw cable as much as my wife Marlene and I. She still watches lots of TV, and to change to a different service with different channels and learning the whole new, I have to just consider the educational part of switching. It's not just the internet speed or just the speed of anything. So, yeah, you and I are a little different because we still, Marlene especially, watches a ton of TV, and that's a training issue.
So after 2 hours of discussing it late last night and a few drinks, we came up with the response that it really was based on our wives' decision. that was all our technical stuff. We went through the whole technical stuff, discussed this at great lengths, had these big debates on all the different factors, and it all boiled down to it was based on what our wives really thought we should do. So that was the final.
You gentlemen are wise beyond your years.
Yeah.
We're experienced. We've been married a long time. We're saying marriage, so we've been married a long time. So.
And I can say to Ray that, on the Monday show, when we have all the tech stuff and I'm eagerly watching and recording good stuff, my wife comes in just when the music's going to start to see what Ray has. That's her thing. So you are very welcome on the Monday show.
Thank you so much for saying that.
People come and just watch for Ray. They just watch because of Ray.
Well, Marlene does.
All right. Before we get to the news articles, any comments there today, Huey? Anything else?
Yeah, let's see.
Dick Vogel, please take a second to check and like this show. Well, thank you. That's right. Give us a like. Like and subscribe is always good for our channel. Yep. Thank you so much. Clark Walker, 51 degrees, rain near Trenton, New Jersey. Bob Baxter, Bellevue. Hi, Bob. We have welcome. Washington, 47 degrees and overcast. Yes. Murray Strom, I'm not going to do anything about Amazon Prime. I'm not going to change it. I have a cable modem, so I guess this affects me as well. The purchase of Shaw by Roger will confuse the issue. Yes, and yes, Murray. Yes. Exactly. My bank is being purchased by RBC. I don't know how this will affect me, especially my ability to transfer funds to my U.S. bank account.
Good advice would be to contact RBC and ask.
Ask them, yeah. Chris says, how many dollars for Walmart Plus, Bob?
He's answered.
How much, Bob? Do you know what's Walmart?
It's on the screen.
Oh, $98 per year or $12.95 per month. Oh, okay. I see. All right. Good. Okay. Excellent. All right. Thanks. Creative journaling fun with paper, glue, and scissors. Yes, we love Ray. Ha ha ha. This is Diane. I'm on a different Facebook page. Okay. Ray, you steal the show all the time. I'm getting really upset about this. This is really getting on my nerves.
I can't say anything.
Yeah.
I appreciate very much everybody's comments.
All right. Let's get on with it, and we're gonna go and we're gonna look at some Facebook stuff here, or some news articles. All right. Now, let me just see how we're gonna do this.
Don't forget to refresh.
Right. Just a minute. I just want to figure out how I'm going to do this. Figure out the best way. Let me just hold on here. I want to figure out the best way to display this. Let me get this off of here. Are you guys seeing live numbers? Are you seeing numbers?
No.
Yeah.
You're not. Okay.
I am seeing a nice comment, though, that was just added.
Yes.
With Clarkson.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
All
There
right.
you
There we go. Let me refresh this. And let's see what we have here. All right. So the first article today, Ray Baxter.
What did I say? Netflix?
Yep.
Mhm.
So, we've been talking about what Amazon Prime is doing. Netflix, of course, is in the act, and they're going to retire their ad-free plan. First of all, in Canada and the UK, and then later it'll be on to the US. So the article points out that Netflix, their ad-based plan generates more revenue for them than the ad-free plan. So I think that's a big part of why these two major video streaming companies are making the decision that they have. So they say that when the $11.99 per month plan is gone, the choices will be either the more expensive standard plan, which is $15.40, or the ad plan, which is only $6.99. And yesterday, their stock soared 11%. Why?
Oh,
Because what's kicking in is the crackdown on the high level of people who are sharing a lot.
right.
That's now kicked in. So all of a sudden, they're getting new subscriber growth.
So
But
Ray,
no.
also, it's not just Prime that's going to be charging extra money for ad.
Netflix,
So,
too.
so Netflix is doing it as well.
That's why I wanted this article to follow our
Yep, good
discussion.
one. Yep, good one.
Yeah,
Thanks.
there's a couple of follow-up articles on Netflix that I posted that contributed to the rise in their stock cost or pricing, and we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Okay. And Huey, can you watch on as we're going down here just to make sure I don't miss any?
Yep, I'm doing that right now. Yep.
Okay. And we've got Chat GPT. Go ahead, Ray. This is yours.
Yeah, this is mine. I like the title list. You get what you pay for. So the bottom line is that there's a $20 a month subscription for the plus version of ChatGPT. And they say that's a good deal smarter and more accurate than the free counterpart. That's known as GPT-4. And it's OpenAI's most powerful large language model. Now, here's a little bit of trivia that I think this was the best thing I learned about reading this article, that the name they use when an AI makes a serious blunder. It's referred to as a hallucination.
Okay.
So when you
Yeah. And that word is now part of the dictionary.
Yeah. If you're using Copilot, there's also Copilot Pro, which I recently signed up for. And that's also what gives you the same thing as being described here. But
Okay.
it now becomes part of what's in your operating system.
Oh, Windows 12, Ray. This is
well, here's the and I really like this article. The article suggests that the rumored new Windows 12 operating release will actually not be a Windows 12, but it'll be a major upgrade to Windows 11. And to me, this makes sense because I thought for a while, since I heard about Windows 12, that would be foolish on the part of Microsoft to come out with a new operating system at the same period of time when they're still supporting Windows 10 and Windows 11. So to me, it makes sense that the prediction that we'll not see Windows 12 perhaps until after October 2025 when Windows 10 is no longer supported.
Yeah, and Windows 11 24H2, which will be the next big update, will be a major change in the operating system.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned the fact that it doesn't make much sense to come out with a version 12 sometime back. But there's still going to be rumors, and they'll be kicking around forever.
Well, and one of the articles I was reading, Panos Panay, who left Microsoft, apparently was one of the ones that was pushing for the Windows 12, and with him gone, it gives them the ammunition not to do it.
All right. Huey, identity theft.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is coming starting January 29th. Bob probably will be talking about it. But I was a victim of identity theft several years ago, and it's something that we need to be aware of. And this is from the FTC website at ftc.gov. And so next week, starting on the 29th, will be Identity Theft Awareness Week. So be careful what you do so you don't get your identity stolen.
Thanks, Huey. That's good information. Amazon is working on a paid AI.
Yeah. So not only is Netflix putting ads and Prime putting ads, Amazon is looking at a paid version of Alexa that'll include AI, so you can have better conversations with Miss A. One of the things I ran into last week is I wanted to find out what the chance of rain was. So I asked Miss A what the weather was, which she always gives me, and then I said, "What's the chance of rain?" And I had to say that, and then she didn't mention it. So I asked again. She gave me the same answer. And so there was no conversation, which AI allows you to have. And so when they do come out with a AI version of Miss A, apparently you're going to have to pay for it.
Okay. Any idea on the price?
Nope. No mention.
Okay.
But everything seems to be in that $20 range.
Yeah, right. All right. And here's another one for you.
Yeah, the iOS 17.3 is out. I updated my iPad to it. The old iPhone I have won't update past, I think it's 13 or 14, but 17.3 has a security thing in it that if you report your phone as stolen, it will no one can sign in for at least an hour, which gives you time to report it and shut down the account.
And this is actually, yeah, and this is actually a big deal. There's a lot of articles about it this week, so you should make sure you do this, right, Huey?
Yes, I turned it on my iPad.
Exactly. And looks like my car.
Yep. The U.S. Postal Service, most of their vehicles are like 20 years old. And so they're going to mostly electric and maybe all electric. And they'll be putting in charging stations at post offices. This is in the U.S. And they're going to buy fleets of electronic vehicles to replace those little Jeeps that they have now.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I know I was going to tell you, Huey. This is actually for Mike Ungerman, if Mike's listening. So I pulled out a Home Depot 2 days ago, and the car sitting next to me at the traffic light was a Rivian truck. And now it had BC plates on. I don't know whether it was from our area here, but it was a girl probably in her mid 30s, which is probably a family car for them. But it was a Rivian truck. And I thought, in British Columbia with BC plates, and I thought, I didn't know they sold Rivian vehicles in British Columbia, but we have one now in the Valley. In fact, Gail was driving around and said, I saw a Rivian truck. So that one's getting lots of mileage. So I thought I'd let Mike know about that.
I wonder if the Postal Service is going to buy from Enterprise. From
Yeah.
Hertz.
Hertz.
Yeah.
Hertz is selling lots of them.
Now Netflix is turning into cable TV. What's this
It's
all
a
about?
really interesting article. Netflix is going to ads, but what they're also doing is they just signed a 10-year contract for over $1 billion with the WWE wrestling to do live wrestling on Netflix, and they're doing some other live sports shows. So everything they're doing now seems to be like cable, including having ads.
Huey, wrestling isn't a sport. It's
Well, they're calling it a sport, so I do.
the
All
guys
right.
that are athletes. That's the darn shit.
All right.
And I
Okay.
didn't. I don't know whether I posted anything or not, but in fact, I'm quite sure I did. The uh, the post season playoff game that was on what was it? Not Paramount TV, but Peacock TV had the largest audience of any streaming service ever, and it looks like a lot of the sports, the big events, are going to be streamed on certain services. If you're not a subscriber of that service, you don't get to watch it, and they're talking about that for the Super Bowl.
Really?
So you won't be able to watch it unless you're subscribed to one of the paid services that's going to stream it, which probably will be Prime.
Hockey pretty much cut its throat when it started doing that kind of stuff. You'd think people would have actually learned. We used to follow hockey religiously, but now that they put those things behind paywalls, I don't need to watch puck.
Yeah, there was a big outcry from football fans when that championship game was played and it was on Peacock, not to watch it, and yet it still was the largest streamed program or event ever. So it didn't work. People are willing to either pay for it for the month or and watch the event they want to, or subscribe on a regular basis.
So The Verge's favorite mobile phone gadgets?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of gadgets for your phone that are listed on there. Some of them are interesting. There's not a lot of them, but it's an interesting read.
Okay. And we come down and photo stacks. Now, Chris Gould, of course, who is with Geeks on Tour, is a product specialist in Google Photos. She, of course, does a regular contributor on our Monday show, has talked about photo stacks. And we've talked about photo stacks for a very long time. I still don't have it.
I don't either.
And you, Bob, do you have it?
No, do not.
Byron, do you have photo stacks?
Nope, haven't used that.
Okay. Anyway, it's rolling out, and apparently, for some reason, it got slow. But now they're doing another big rollout, so we should be for Android. So I guess it's going to be rolled out on your Android. And anyway, hopefully, we're going to get that because we've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah, I haven't even looked for it, so I don't know whether I have it or not.
Yeah, and this, of course, is Samsung's Galaxy with their big event that happened last week. They have now committed to a Ring, which of course will be health monitoring as well. And we'll talk a minute about Bob is always interested in blood sugar monitoring, and we'll give you an update on that. But this is the Samsung is committed now to most of the features that we can do monitoring with a watch. Of course, you can do that with a Ring. Now, the common one that everyone has been using is the Aura, AURA. I think Jim Gould with Geeks on Tour has one, and he really likes it. If Jim's there in the listing in the chat, maybe he could put something in about it. But he really likes it. But Samsung now will be committed to this, and this will probably come out either later this year or early next year. And this is the article on Samsung. It now is committed to measuring blood sugar on your watch, and they're full steam ahead with this. So maybe the competition will get Apple going as well, and we should see more movement on bloodless blood sugar monitoring with your with your peripheral device. Now, the advantage, of course, being of this, you don't need any consumables. There would be, of course, all the you don't need any needles or any sort of fluids or anything like that, and it's going to be able to monitor your blood sugar. This is a big deal. We've actually been talking about this for 5 years, and so hopefully, Bob will see this happening a little bit sooner rather than later. I know I sound like a broken record on this.
If they don't make it sooner, I may not be here to enjoy it.
I know. So anyway, it's coming. But Bob, it is coming. The other thing that this was an article, and I just wanted to for people to think about this. And NVIDIA's RTX GPUs can now upgrade your movie content, and it can convert to SDR to HDR, and also image stabilization. And why I wanted to bring this up, just to remind everybody that with NVIDIA, we're seeing more and more processes being run through the graphics card in your PC. And so you really want to, if you are looking at purchasing a new PC and you're actually thinking about whether you should buy a PC or a laptop, you should think about what you're actually going to be doing with the device. And if you are doing a lot of video editing and video work, you really should consider a PC and consider some of these new graphic cards, because the graphics card is actually part of the processor that's going to be making some of this happen. And this is really changing PCs, really changing a lot of what we do. And that's why, of course, NVIDIA is such a popular device now. Any comments from you guys on that?
Yeah, Ron, I'm going to add about I can't tell you how many people I've known over the years who buy a laptop with the smaller screen, and that sits on their desk. They have never unplug it. They never take it with them anywhere.
Right.
And I say to those people all the time, consider getting a real computer with a desktop.
Yeah.
And with a larger screen or two screens, and you'd be amazing how much more productive and enjoyable you are. That is
right. And this is particularly true if you do video work with videos, and you're going to be doing stuff, because there is a big advantage in these. So that's the reason I brought that up.
Yes.
Huey.
Also need to realize some of these video cards cost more than most computers.
Yeah, Steve Parker and I also have been discussing possibly one of the reasons I'm having trouble is the fact that I only have a video chip on my motherboard, and that I really need to have more video RAM, and there's no way I can in my NUC. And so we've been talking about maybe getting an external card, but those external cards only have 4K of memory. Or 4 megabytes. They don't have a lot of extra memory, but they do have more than is on the motherboard.
So I think this was my article, was it, Huey? Google Chrome.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah. So now, Bob reminded me this morning. He said, "Bob, what's this Google Chrome given AI it's helping you with writing and so on and so forth?" Ron, did you not watch my video I made on this? So Bob, a plug for Bob's channel. Bob's already done a video about this. He's way ahead of the pack here. But Bob, can you tell us something about this?
Well, the video that I did primarily concentrated on the video portion, or the creating a background for your Chrome browser.
Right.
Not all the features are already available, although you can select them. Some of them aren't yet available.
Right. But there is going to be AI incorporated into Chrome. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So that's interesting. Oh, now before we move on, Huey, any comments for us?
Yeah, actually, some things here. Let's see. Did we do this one? No, I don't think so.
I saw a video of Win 12 and really liked it. If Win 11 isn't going to be like that, I'll just stick to Win 10. Good point. I guess. Okay.
There are so many features in Windows 11 that if you have a choice, upgrade.
Yeah. So this Mike Hungerman, Richard, one can still use Windows 7, 8, XP, Vista. I don't think one will not be able to use Windows 10, just not be able to secure doing it, right?
Let's see here.
Mike Hungerman, I considered Rivian, but expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I was just blown away. It was one nice looking vehicle, and it looked well made. I was pretty impressed. Mike Hungerman, rental companies using EVs these days, well, including Rivian. Okay. Richard Clark and I subscribe to Peacock and can see all the events for free plus other things. Peacock.
Same here.
Yeah, but he's saying the WWE, but that's the new contract with Netflix is going to move it from Peacock to the Netflix in 2025.
Okay. Michael Daniels, thank you so much. Wanted to support. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael Daniels. Yes, thanks. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Let's see. Did we do this one? Yes. Okay. Next.
Vale Williams. Vale, of course. Byron, remember Vale?
Yeah, sure do.
Say hello to Vale.
Yeah, hi, Bill. It's nice to hear from you again.
Yeah, Vale and helped. Of course, Vale and I really ran the computer club down at Silveridge and really helped with we did all the tech support. He uses a VPN, watch local team broadcast of the NFL game instead of paying a streaming service. So I guess he uses his VPN in that way. VPNs can be used to geolocate. You can certainly move your where the service thinks you are to a different location.
Yeah, but if it's only on one streaming service, that's not going to help either.
It's not going to help you. I haven't. So Richard says I haven't got the photo stacks yet either. Yeah, well, so now they say it's going to be rolling out. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. Mike Ungerman, I subscribed to Fubo, which has almost every sport streamed on demand or DVR. I'll join in the fall to get some of the college basketball and unsubscribe just recently for the rest of the year. I like the Aura. Oh, Jim says I like the Aura ring. Yeah, Jim likes his ring. Yeah, so it's needs charging every 4 to 5 days with my monitoring.
Not bad at all.
Michael Daniels says
No, Richard says.
Or sorry, Richard says nicer. Okay, right. And of course he's thanks Michael Daniels. Yeah. Brian wanted to show my support. Also sent. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
This is our fundraising month. I didn't mention that earlier, but we do sure appreciate any help we can get making our budget. And you can certainly go to www.techforsenior.com and contribute. All right. Now this was, did you guys know about Google's Art Selfie 2 app? Did you know you can actually take selfies and make art out of these? There's actually an app for this. Did you guys know that?
No, I've just seen it in the last day or so.
Yeah. If you're out in the audience and you use the app, I'm going to download it and have a look at it and have some fun with it. But it is an app. It's called Google's Art Selfie 2 app. Transfer your selfies into historical art styles. Stay tuned for our Monday show. I may look a little different.
Ron, speaking of AI, I've got to get ready for my AI show.
You're going to leave us, okay?
So I'm going to leave you. Bye, everybody. See you on Monday. Or those of you who join me, come by as soon as you're off of this program. Don't leave early like I have to. Thanks.
All right.
Okay, you-
All right. Thanks, Huey. Bye now. Okay, as we come down here, now Ray.
Ah,
Ray, Ray made a big announcement about a week ago. Well, maybe a couple of weeks. He's got us on the fence about this. He made a big announcement. He's getting a new phone. Now, he isn't going to tell us what it was, but he really likes his flip phone. And so when I was looking at this article this morning, I said, I wonder if this is going to be there's a plot thickens here, and I wonder if this is the one Ray's going to get.
is that the Flip 5?
Is this, let me see here. What's
I believe that's the Flip 5. Samsung comes out with their new
Fold 5.
releases usually every summer, August,
That's it.
sometimes July. So
Yeah.
the Flip 6 will be coming out in the summer. So this is the time of the year when the previous version will be available. And yes, I do have a Flip 5 in my hand now.
Oh,
And,
do you really?
Yes.
Aha!
The big thing, the biggest difference between the 5 and the 3 is that screen on the back. You
Right.
can put not only information like weather and calendars, but a whole slew of different kinds of widgets that without the need to now open up the phone at all. So I could just take it out of my pocket, glance at what I need to, and it's a big improvement, a faster processor, more memory for me. So, and the price was right. We made a switch from Verizon to T-Mobile, and now I have 5G where I live. Before that wasn't available. So a lot of reasons that went into my decision.
So I guessed right.
You did.
Very good. Now, but Ray, now let me ask you this. The thing I was wondering about this is if you put that in your pocket, you're not going to worry about that scratching the screen, eh?
No, it's Gorilla Glass.
Okay.
So I just drop it in usually my shirt pocket is where I might carry it. Or some of my pants if I don't have a shirt pocket. But it's recessed again with this cover screen and as well, it's recessed slightly. It's not flush. So
Okay.
even if I have it in a pocket, now would I put it in the same pocket I have coins? Probably not. I put it in the other one. But other than that, it's going to be safe.
Now, is in that view, is that the normal view, or does it flip the other way over on top so it covers itself, or is that the only way it goes?
No, that's the folded view. So
That's
obviously,
the folded. Okay.
right. If I take it and I have it like this and I flip it over, then this side is just solid. But if I have it
Okay.
this way, then I have an image there. So I've only got it yesterday. I'm still working to set it up. So it's not ready to go. Although I have switched it over completely where I can take calls on it now. But I want to do more with the widgets, and then I'll be ready to talk more about it.
I can feel a video coming for the Monday show on this. I can feel this in my bones, Ray. I can feel it. I know your creative passion is starting in you, and I can see the movie coming already, or the video coming already. All right. Okay, good. All right. Pixel 9 in renders showing 3. Well, so we're looking at already we're looking at another year now, and all the new crop of goodies is coming out, and we'll see how that works. Now Google Pixel phone's broken again with critical storage permission bug, but there's a whole bunch of problems the last upgrade did. I was talking to Bob earlier today about this, and I thought, well, I'm not having trouble with my Pixel phone, and I have the Pixel 6, but I am actually, and it interfered with CarPlay, Android CarPlay in my Toyota. The last 2 weeks, it's behaving very weirdly, and I think there's a lot of, so if you do have a Pixel and you are experiencing some problems, this may hopefully get resolved in the next upgrade. If you are considering a Pixel 8, there's a new color coming out, but also watch carefully. This is a darn good phone, and we're going to see now with the rumors of Pixel 9, we're looking at a new year. This is going to start to go on sale, and this is an unbelievable phone, and we're going to watch carefully on this for the price to start dropping. Huey's gone. IRS free file is now available for the 2024 filing service. Bob, do you want to comment on that, or is that something, or Ray, have you got any thoughts on that?
Well, if you qualify, you can do your taxes totally for free.
For free. Okay.
Major places where you normally have to pay, you're using their program, but you're still filing it to the IRS.
Okay. And Ray, did you Windows 12? Maybe we started to discuss that. Windows 12 may not. Right. We've sort of covered that. Oh, and I talked about this is the stolen device protection on your iPhone with the new upgrade, which you should, of course, make sure you upgrade and turn that on. I think it's an excellent feature. We've talked about that. Oh, so this was interesting. Apple is going to start charging may require developers to pay if you sideload if your app sideloads and it doesn't go through the Apple Store. I guess they're going to require developers to pay Apple. So I thought that was interesting. Bob,
AI generated themes for Google Chrome. This is where we talked about AI coming to Chrome, the Chrome browser. And this shows you how you can, right now, go ahead and do that.
Excellent. You know something? It is top of the hour. We've done. The show is just about finished. Let me just go back over the comments. Huey did the comments. Let's come down and see. I think
we're all caught up.
I think we're all caught up. Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone for coming today and listening. It has been a great hour as usual. We have a lot of fun. If you're out there in the audience, please come and see us on our Monday show this Monday. Should be lots of fun. We look forward to being back here next week and seeing everyone again. And again, I can't thank you for coming to listen to us. We are so pleased that you do that, and it makes our day and makes things really go well. And Byron, thank you for coming today. I know Byron and I have a great day today together. We're off doing our buddy things, and we're going to, and it's going to be a great day. Hopefully, you can look out the window there. Has it stopped raining? Is the sun coming out? What's happening outside?
Unfortunately, looks pretty gray. It looks gray. I'm looking forward to all the things that you have purchased over the year.
Uh-oh.
You're going to be there a long time, Brian. You're going to be there a long time.
How long are you staying?
All right, everyone. Until we see you again in another week, or maybe on Monday, we'll see you again. And thank you for coming. Bye now.
Bye.